Nechinchi sınıfta okuyorsun?
7. sınıfta.
Neçi kilodan teras bir gün?
20 kilo.
This is Uzbekistan in 2007. Over 1 million children and adults, including medical staff, public sector employees and students, are forcibly sent to the fields to pick cotton. This is how Uzbek cotton was harvested for years, with state-sponsored, systematic forced labour. This caused massive disruptions in society, resulting in deaths and injuries, as well as long-term impacts, such as loss of education. Today, after 15 years of international pressure by the Cotton Campaign, Uzbekistan no longer uses state-imposed forced labour in cotton production. This is a historic achievement, and it would not have been possible without Uzbek civil society, brave human rights defenders who never stopped calling for an end to forced labour, who documented abuses despite harsh retaliation by the government, including arbitrary detention, intimidation and violence. The work of Uzbek Forum for Human Rights, whose independent human rights activists have monitored the cotton harvest every year since 2010, has been front and centre of the Cotton Campaign. Uzbek Forum's findings on forced and child labour in the cotton fields were crucial to push the international community to demand that Uzbekistan end forced labour. In 2009, Uzbek activists called on the EU, the US government, global brands and development banks for an international boycott of Uzbek cotton made with forced labour. Several brands had already banned Uzbek cotton produced with forced labour in their supply chains. Many others joined, following the call by civil society. The Cotton Campaign consolidated these efforts by launching the Uzbek Cotton Pledge. Over 300 brands signed it and committed not to use Uzbek cotton as long as it was produced with forced labour. Under pressure from the boycott and the Cotton Campaign's accountability actions, the Uzbek government stopped forcing children to pick cotton by 2014. But the government continued to deny the existence of forced labour and attempted to prevent reporting. Children were no longer sent to the fields, but adult forced labour intensified. The arrests and retaliation against labour rights defenders escalated in 2015. The Cotton Campaign reported on these cases in the international arena and called on international financial institutions to stop investing in the industry. In 2016, President Karimov died and was succeeded by then Prime Minister Shavkat Mirziyoyev. In 2017, Mirziyoyev publicly acknowledged forced labour in a speech to the UN and pledged to address it, the first time an Uzbek official had ever done so. Since then, Uzbekistan has embarked on an ambitious reform programme to end systematic state-imposed forced labour. Despite ongoing labour and human rights challenges, these reforms have achieved remarkable success. For the first time in Uzbekistan's history, the government did not use forced labour to harvest cotton in 2021. A historic victory for the workers of Uzbekistan. 15 years of intense campaigning, led by Uzbek and international civil society, combined with the government's political will, made the elimination of forced and child labour a reality. But the success is not complete. The civic space in Uzbekistan remains heavily constrained and restricted. Independent NGOs face huge challenges to register and work without interference. And cotton workers and farmers have no independent trade unions, organisations, or associations to represent them and defend their rights. So, how can brands be certain that Uzbekistan is committed to preventing forced labour and providing decent working conditions in future? The answer is simple. A thriving civil society is the key. Uzbekistan should strengthen the reforms to end forced labour by creating an environment where cotton workers can protect their rights, individually and collectively. An environment that respects human rights and encourages responsible sourcing would be a true success story.